What's going on? Gear video today. It's kind of hazy in here. A little more natural light. That's no better. What's going on today? Got a little bit of a gear video. As you can tell by the title, I got myself a new tent. So this just showed up. I'll put a link to this in the video description. Now, I don't have any kind of affiliate links through Amazon, so click on the link, don't click on the link, just search for it, doesn't matter. If you click on the link, it doesn't do anything for me, one way or the other. So just to be upfront, I don't have any kind of affiliate link set up through Amazon. I got myself lots of packing material. I can use that for Hammock Mountain. Put that off to the side. I got myself a new Sawyer Mini. I'm not going to do a separate video on the Sawyer Mini. It's a filter, water filter. I love my Sawyer. I've got a couple of them, but after a couple of years, I never know. Sometimes I use them in the winter. I'm not sure if they froze or not, so who knows. But here is the special guest of this video. This is called the Underwood Aggregator Trekker. Now, it's a one-person tent. It uses a trekking pole that weighs 2.5 pounds. And yes, it only weighs 2.5 pounds. That is fairly light for a tent. That is the whole thing. So I looked at a bunch of tents. Obviously, I'm a hammock camper. I make hammocks. I prefer a hammock. But you can't always get to spots that have trees, right? And I want to do some different stuff this year. I've already mentioned that in a couple of videos. So I was looking at getting a tent. I looked at a bunch of different versions. I wasn't sure if I wanted to spend $200 or $300 on a lightweight tent that I might use once or twice a year. And then I saw this. Obviously, this is made in China, probably somewhere, right? Made in China, right on the label. So, whatever, 55 bucks. Let's see. It's supposedly it's seams taped and all that, but we will have a look and see. So I wasn't expecting this much branding on it, to be honest. Usually you get these things this cheap and it's just unmarked. Underwood Aggregators, outdoor products, produced by Underwood Aggregators. Email them, there's their website. Okay. Nice cord lock, nice rope. I'm actually already impressed by that. Stuff sack is pretty nice. I'll grab the information on this real. So I printed up the specifications. There's supposed to be instructions that came with it, but I don't see them anywhere. Oh well, it's easy enough to figure out. The fabric is 210T polyester with a PU coating, up to 5,000 millimeters pressure. We'll see how that actually holds up. And 150D Oxford, I'm guessing that's for the floor. It's got double layer door with dual zipper. So it's got like a the zipper, and then it's also the bug net zipper, and then it's also got a vestibule. There's the short pole, which is aluminum. The stakes are aluminum. It's got a capacity of one person. The dimensions are 7'3" by 2'9" by 3'1", which seems to check out. 2.5 pounds. The packed size is 14 inches by 5.5 by 5.5. But here's the tent, and it's got a Velcro strap. I'm not even frame. Here's the tent. It's got a Velcro strap on it with a buckle, so you can roll it up and keep it nice and tight. You don't even need the bag. We've got that. That's cool. That'll save a few ounces. That comes right off. Tent stakes. I always like looking at the little things like the stuff sacks and see how they're made. These are, wow, I was not expecting shepherd's hooks. I was expecting like the triangle. These are aluminum. There's 12 of them in here. Wow. Probably don't need all those for a setup. That could shed a little weight. And then, all right, well, it appears to be full size, $55. I'm expecting to get like a little model tent. Now, drum roll. Is it seam sealed? Wow, this has got like aluminum tie-outs. Reflective. It is. Holy crap, look at that. I don't know if that's coming through. Can you see right there? It's a little shinier. It's been seam taped. Wow. I'll say right now, I'm impressed. $55. Seam taped. It's not too bad. It's actually branded. I wonder if they're like, this is a closeout or something like that, and they're just getting rid of this model, because that's a crazy good price for this is still, that might be PU coated. I mean, it's not the quietest thing in the world, frankly. There's bug netting. I'm going to see if I can set this up inside. I don't think I can. I think I need to be able to stake it out. Maybe throw some weights on the corners. There's a... What is this? Is that? Yeah, there's an aluminum stabilizer bar in there. I'm guessing that's for the vent. I gotta see how this all goes. I'm actually impressed by this. For 55 bucks? Let me see if I can get this set up. If not, it's nice out. If I can go find a dry spot of ground, I might just go set this up just to check it out. All right, so I had to bring it down to the living room to set this up. I tried to take it out yesterday after I did the unboxing, and the spot I went to was so swampy. I couldn't get to like down the trail. So I came home and I set up down here. I got like attached to the sofa and over to the radiator, and I got some 10-pound weights in all the spots, but you can kind of get an idea of what this looks like. This will be a lot tighter when it's actually staked out. There's also a rope up top. So if you've got a branch above you or a ridge line that you run across between two trees, you can run it up to that, so you don't need the trekking pole, which is a nice option. I've got the trekking pole in there. This metal tab is for the foot. I've got thread all over the place. And inside is pretty spacious. I'll go ahead and climb in, and it's not perfect because it's not the tightest pitch. I'll see if I can tighten it up a little bit. But you can tie the door back. And I think you can do the same for the bug net if you want it to. You can see how kind of unstable this really is. But it's holding for right now. So I'll get in there and see how much room we got. So I've got room here. I grabbed my sleep and go pad, throw it in here, make sure it's got enough room. And I mean, my feet are touching right now, but it's not staked out. So this would be more like this, kind of like a large bivy style. I could sit up in here. Now I'm 5'10". If you were any taller than this, I don't know that I would go for this hammock or for this tent. I mean, I'll get a little more space in the head end when it's tied out, but not much. But it is a one-person kind of bivy style pole tent, so for 55 bucks, I'm not going to argue with this. For as much as I'm going to use it, just to get out and do different things, or areas where I need to have a tent and I want to go light, this is what I'm going to take. You know, I've been looking at the seams. They are taped. I guess I'll have to take it out in the rain and see how it holds up. I can seam seal if it needs it. That's not really a big problem. But now I'm curious to get it out and actually set up where you can stake everything out. Because there's a tie out over here. You know, this would all be pulled up, you know, back and tight. When this is all tight, there'd be quite a decent amount of room in here. And I can sit up in it, barely, when it's like this. But if I've got the bug net open and I was kind of chilling out, and I have a ground mat for outside. I've got my little that little ground sheet I take with me with the hammock every once in a while. I can throw that out there. You can throw your pack underneath there, your shoes. I think I would do it the opposite way though. Instead of having this side tied out, I'd probably have this side tied out, and that gives a larger entrance into the tent. But for a one-person tent, I mean, you can't really expect too much, I guess, especially for the price. Just gotta jam your trekking pole up there, or use that rope if you've got something over you. And that's not really tied out the greatest. That should be a lot lower to the ground. So this kind of checks all the boxes that I was looking for. Inexpensive, yes. Pretty heavy duty. I don't think this is a heavy fabric. You know, when I say this was like 710, something like that, denier. So it's a heavy polyester, and it's poly. It's ripstop poly, so it's gonna be pretty tough. And it's PU coated, so it can be taped. Actually, I could tape those seams. With PU poly, I think the tape I use for Dyneema, I think will stick to the PU. So I could actually retape it. That'd be cool. Yeah, so I was looking for something that was inexpensive, fairly rugged, and with a side entrance. When I borrowed Adam's tarp tent when I was in Arizona, that's a nice little tent. And I thought about getting one of those. But when I saw the price of this, I kind of had to go with this. But that's you got to crawl into that. Like, the end opens up. So, like, this end would open, you got to crawl in. And there wasn't a lot of room in there. I can't really sit up. I mean, I could, like I said, I can kind of sit up in this. If I close that flap and I wanted to get changed, I could open up the bug net and, you know, I'd have plenty of room to do that. But, yeah, I kind of like the side entrance. It's a little easier to get in and out of. My pad fits in here. For summertime, this pad and my 50-degree top quilt, I think I'd be fine. I think I'd be absolutely fine. It's going to be curious to see if I get out in the rain. I just hope this doesn't saturate through. Poly shouldn't. And as long as I keep it tight, it should be all right. I wonder if I can Scotch guard this too. Like Scotch guard the outside. Just kind of waterproof it a little bit more. I guess we'll see. It'll be good for an adventure, something different. So like I said, I'll have a link to this down in the bottom if you guys are interested in that $55 Underwood Aggregator tent. This is what it is. When I get it out on a trip, I'll do a legit setup. I didn't want to show the setup of this because it's kind of half-assed. But yeah, I'll do a legit setup of it, show you how it sets up, and it seems pretty simple as far as pole tents go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not a bad tent for the price. It really, really isn't. So I will get this out on an adventure and see what we got in the field. Till then, see you in the next.